Oh, three things: a widescreen iPod with touch controls, a revolutionary mobile phone, and a breakthrough internet communications device. An iPod, a phone, and an internet communicator. An iPod, a phone. Are you getting it? These are not three separate devices. This is one device. And we are calling it iPhone.
Who would have thought way back in 2007 when Steve Jobs stood on that stage in San Francisco and introduced the very first iPhone to the world? He wasn't just unveiling another piece of technology to consume. He was handing humanity an actual mirror. He was the messenger delivering something that would actually reshape our reality, not just claim to. Look at what you're holding right now. Yeah, that phone in your hand that you're watching this on. Or maybe it's sitting right next to you. Either way, whenever you lock your screen, whenever you let it go to sleep, whenever you close out those texts, the DMs, the bottomless social media feeds, what do you see? Every single time you see the God of your life staring right back at you in that black mirror, you see yourself. The man staring back at you is the creator of your current reality, and you carry this mirror everywhere you go to remind you of just that. And right now, what you're watching is watching you right back. So do you like what you see? Do you like what you've created so far in this life? Even if you hesitated for just a millisecond to answer that, stick with me a little bit longer. Your phone isn't just a bunch of circuits, mirrors, and tiny antennas wrapped up in an aluminum case. It's a portal to your next reality. It's a mirror reflecting back what you're slowly programming into your subconscious mind to create in the coming days, in the coming weeks, in the coming months. And if you don't curate what's being reflected, it's going to heavily influence what's manifested next in your reality. This episode is going to serve as a modern-day manifestation guide because Neville Goddard, Joseph Murphy, Florence Scovel Shinn, they didn't leave instructions on how to navigate this, how to navigate the digital age. Now look, don't worry. I'm not about to sit here in my digital pulpit and tell you that your phone is evil or to go throw it out in the nearest river and live off the grid like some damn hippie. Now, that's not what this episode is going to be about. Quite the contrary. What I'm going to show you is how to use that black mirror in your hand to open the doors to the best possible timelines of your life and slam the doors shut on the worst ones. Black Mirror, one of the most popular Netflix shows on the platform, is a collection of one-off stories that explore humanity's twisted relationship with technology. Each episode shows you a different dark reality, devices that record your memories and play them back to haunt you, social credit systems that destroy lives with a single downvote, technology that turns grief into something you can never escape from. It's dark, it's disturbing, and honestly, it's real, and you know it. You've already lived out a lighter version of some of those episodes, haven't you? But the true plot twist is something better than any of the show writers could ever pull off. In this reality, the mirror just doesn't materialize your worst nightmares. It can pull your dream life into this 3D existence as well. All of the access, all of the love, all of the abundance that you can handle is staring right back at you, waiting for you to choose it. The title of this video isn't metaphorical. From now on, I want you to stop thinking that it's just an iPhone in your hand. It's just a galaxy in your hand. It's the mirror of God, and you're holding it. And just like your 3D reality, it has to reflect back to you the beliefs and the assumptions that you hold about the man that you're staring at. That's the law. Because here's the thing, this device, that device, it's neutral, it's a tool. And right now, most people are using the most powerful manifestation tool ever created to program themselves into poverty, anxiety, and mediocrity without even knowing it. And ladies, I hear y'all in the comments and thank you for the continued support. Although I'm addressing my fellow men in these videos, the lessons I teach are always universal. So let's get down to business and talk about how this actually works. There's a simple formula that most people don't realize is running in the background of their lives. You are what you consume. Every time you pick up that phone, every time you scroll, every time you watch something that makes you feel something, think something, whether that's anxiety or inspiration, you're embedding code into your subconscious mind. And she doesn't care if what you're watching is real or if it's fake or if it's helpful or if it's harmful. It just absorbs it. It accepts it as truth. And then it starts building your reality around it. That screen isn't just a piece of glass anymore. It's a portal directly into your future timeline. Let me give you some examples of how this plays out every day. You wake up, you roll over and can't find your phone since you fell asleep watching it last night. You finally see it under one of the pillows and you quickly grab it. The glow of that phone screen with all those missed notifications is lighting up that half-dark bedroom of yours. The bright light makes your eyes squint just a little bit, but just enough to allow facial recognition to unlock that phone. And here's where your day begins all the time. You start doom scrolling the news on your timelines. Immediately, the Black Mirror transports your mind into a reality of constant war, a reality of a bad economy, political chaos, stock market disaster after disaster. You feel that tightness right here in your chest as one of those economic headlines about a company you invested in, it puts you in a bit of a mini spiral. Part of your mind says, I shouldn't be looking at this shit. And the other part just dismisses it. After all, you're just staying informed, right? But you're actually doing is programming your subconscious to expect negativity, to feel unsafe, to manifest more anxiety into your lived experience. You're literally tuning your awareness to see the world from a lens of fear, not abundance, not prosperity. Oh, or maybe you're scrolling Instagram. Well, we love to do that, don't we? Instagram, TikTok. You see someone with the body you wish for, the type of woman you crave to have a relationship with, the car you wish to drive, and all the sex you wish you had already. And you feel that little ping go off in your mind. That's envy. Is that content really motivating you, or is it making you compare yourself? You're locked into the loop of telling your subconscious that you don't have any of that yet. And just like clockwork, next up on the manifestation menu is a full course entree of not having with a warm side of frustration. But here's where we dig in and here's where we make a pivot, because the opposite is also true. When you consume content centered around knowledge, wisdom, learning, or even a little positive entertainment time and time again, not from comparison, but from inspiration. When you watch things that make you feel like a version of yourself that's already becoming that, when you feed your mind content that expands your sense of what's possible, you're programming your subconscious to manifest just that. You're literally coding the frequency needed for your desired reality. The phone has always been neutral. The mirror simply reflects back your choices. So the question isn't whether your phone is good or bad. It's just circuits and mirrors wrapped up in aluminum. The real question is this: what are you programming into yourself every single day? Now, if you want to understand this a little bit better, you want to understand how deep this really goes, we need to talk about pendulums again. Now, remember again, pendulums are energy structures that exist in the collective consciousness. They're fed by attention, specifically emotional attention, and they swing back and forth, based on what you choose to feed them with: fear, anger, envy, outrage, things of that nature. Better yet, think of them as parasites. They don't care about your well-being. They don't care about your happiness, your goals, your dreams. They just want your energy. And the way that they get it is by keeping you hooked, by keeping you reactive, by keeping you in that death loop. And your phone is the perfect delivery system in 2025 to do just that. You're trying to manifest money, let's say that, breaking through the glass ceiling into that next tax bracket. But every single day you're consuming content about the markets crashing, inflation, recession, nobody can afford anything anymore. The algorithm feeds you more and more doom, more and more gloom. Now you're in the group chat complaining with your friends about being broke, about not having enough. You're sharing posts about how the markets are rigged and how nobody but the top 1% can get ahead. There it is. Do you see it? The pendulum is in full swing and God's mirror is fully activated. It's feeding off of grief, disappointment, like it just pulled up at a buffet line and kids under 12 eat for free. It's growing stronger with every complaint, every headline, and you just spent hours reinforcing that exact frequency that you're trying to switch out of. Energy you could have used to learn a skill, build an offer, become the person who has the money. Or maybe you're trying to fix the relationship with that special lady in your life. You're tapped in, you're being a different version of yourself. You're trying to manifest her back by choosing to be that better version. Yet, you're scrolling through her stories, watching her live life without you, seeing who she's with, what she's wearing, where she's going, what she's doing. You're watching all of that stoic manosphere content telling you to disregard your emotions, that women aren't worth it. They're impossible to please. Yet all the while, you're supposed to be in the energy of transforming yourself and your assumptions into the man that's already loved. That's a pendulum. And every single time you fall for that, every single time you feel envy, guilt, the longing, that resentment, you're feeding it, and it pulls you further away from the version of yourself that she actually would want to come back to, further from your own godly power. These pendulums don't just steal your time, they steal your frequency. They pull you out of the reality that you're trying to create, and they lock you into the reality that you're trying to get out of. Because if you're angry, if you're distracted, if you're constantly comparing yourself, if you're afraid or stuck in victim mode, you're not manifesting anymore. At least not the good stuff. You're not building, you're not rising. But enough of that negativity. I am also the bearer of good news too, you know? Not all pendulums are vampires. There are pendulums you do want to feed into all the time. Pendulums that actually serve your evolution, your expansion, your manifestations. The difference is simple. Conscious selection versus algorithmic manipulation. Most people let the algorithm decide what they consume. They open up that app and they just receive. Whatever's fed to them, they eat it. That's how you end up in those negative loops, those negative timelines. But when you consciously choose what you're feeding your mind every day, you can align with the pendulums that pull you towards your desired reality instead of away from it. You're not the same person after you learn how to code, how to invest, how to communicate at a higher level. You're not the same after understanding quantum physics, psychology, or how manifestation actually works. That's a pendulum worth feeding now, isn't it? Because every time you consume it, you're programming yourself into a bigger, better version of you. And that bigger, better, godly version of yourself will be smiling right back at you in that black mirror every day. I'm consistently asked by my fellow creators on when to take action in manifestation. This is the how, though. This is the when. Start learning how to be the new version of yourself now. Place your attention in groups that are tapped into that desired reality that you want to be in. The people who are already where you're going. The conversations happening at the level you're trying to reach. If you're trying to manifest wealth, for instance, you need to be in the rooms, physical or digital, where wealth is normal. Where the mindset is abundance, not scarcity. Where people are building, not complaining. These pendulums don't drain you. They elevate you once you step into them because of the positive emotions expand your own energy. They pull you into the frequency that you're trying to match. Notice something. Notice that I said abundance mindset. There's a difference between watching someone's success and feeling inspired versus feeling envious. If you see someone winning and it makes you think, that's possible for me too, then that's the alignment that you've been searching for. That's a positive pendulum. But if it makes you feel like you're behind, inadequate, or a little bit resentful, that's the trap. Same content, different energy. You have to be honest with yourself about which one you're actually experiencing. And here's the most important distinction. You want to watch content that makes you feel like your future self, not content about your future self. Content that puts you in the feeling state of already being that. If your future self is wealthy, watch content that makes you feel abundant. Get it? There's plenty of luxury content out there, for example, that shows you inside of exotic cars, inside of those exotic locations from a first-person perspective, so you can imagine it yourself in that very scene. If your future self is in love, consume a few of those rom-coms, a few adventure stories that make you feel that. Or even better, if that's not your wave, just stay away from the content that's talking negatively about it. If your future self is confident, powerful, free, charismatic, find content that generates that feeling right now. Because remember this, repetition plus emotion equals subconscious programming. If you can feel it now, you're already programming it in. The key to all of this is conscious selection. Your choices matter more than what you say. The algorithm wants to control you. It wants you reactive. It wants you distracted, emotionally hijacked, pissed off all the time, because that's what keeps you scrolling. That's what keeps you consuming. That's what keeps you on the platform so the advertisers can make that big bag off of you. Your attention is the most valuable currency on this planet, and you're not here solely to make the algorithm rich. You're here to build a life. You're here to manifest that chosen timeline, the one you've already seen, to become the person that people talk about, that people write about generations after you're gone. So you have to take back control. You have to curate what you're consuming every single day, the same way that you're creating what you eat, what you think, who you spend time with, because it all matters. It's all programming. Now let's talk about something that's a little bit uncomfy to confront at first, and that's time. Specifically, where it's actually going. The average American spends about 4 to about 6 hours a day on their phones, specifically social media. Allow me to say that again, 4 to 6 hours every single day. Now, take a look at these dots. This is your life. I kid you not. Well, actually, you may have already lived through a third of this, right? Looking at your life expectancy broken down in months, it's a little sobering, isn't it? Each row represents 3 years. Out of 72 years, 864 months in total, you'll spend roughly 288 months sleeping, 126 months working or in school, 18 months just driving your car, 36 months cooking and eating, 36 months on chores and errands, and 27 months just on bathroom hygiene. When you add it all up, you're left with only 334 months of truly free time. That is it. That is all. That's all the time you have to build your dreams, create memories, master skills, fall in love, travel the world, become who you're meant to be. 334 months to live the life you actually want. But people 18 and over are spending almost 93% of that free time on apps. The younger the person, the more time they spend staring back into that black mirror, not building, not creating, not having, just scrolling. If you're spending even 4 hours a day on social media, you're on pace to give away nearly a third of your life to that algorithm. Do you like that? Think about that. You have 334 months of freedom in your entire life, and the black mirror is consuming almost all of it in 2025. So when you say you don't have time to do something, what you're really saying is that you gave your time to your phone, that you gave your time to Instagram, TikTok. Knowing this now, what are you going to do differently? Over the course of a year, 4 to 6 hours a day turns into roughly 1,400 hours on the low end and 2,000 plus hours on the high end. That's not a typo. That's over 2,000 hours of your life gone with the wind, fed into the algorithm, fed into the pendulum. What could you have created with that instead, though? Do you know how long it takes to earn a master's degree here in the United States? About 600 to 900 hours of coursework, depending on your major. You could have gotten a master's degree. You could have completely transformed your career, your earning potential, your entire identity, and still had over 1,000 hours left. How many books could you have read on the skills and the knowledge that contribute to your desired timeline? About, let's say 250 easily. Want to be fluent in a new language? That takes about 600 hours. You could be speaking Spanish, French, Mandarin, whatever you want fluently, opening up entire new worlds, new opportunities, new versions of yourself. Want to start a side business? A real one, something that could replace your income, give you freedom, build generational wealth. That takes about 1,000 hours just to launch. You could have built that already. You could be running that right now. You could be reaping the harvest right now. You could have been elite at something other than being an elite scroller. You could have become the person everyone pays top dollar for. You could have written a book. You could have gotten in the best shape of your life. You could have built a deep, passionate relationship instead of watching strangers live through theirs. The mirror of God simply shows you your own choices. And here's the thing, I'm not just saying that to shame you. I'm saying this to wake you up, because that black mirror is showing you the truth. Your timeline is your self-concept in action. Every time that you say that you don't have time to learn a new skill, what you're really saying is you choose to scroll instead. Every time you say you don't have time to build a business, you're saying that you choose to watch other people build theirs. Every time you say that you wish you could change your life, but you're spending 1,500 hours a year on the apps, you lied to yourself. This message is about awareness. It's about looking in the mirror and being honest about what you see. Because once you see it, once you really see where your time is going, you can redirect it. You can choose differently every time. You can choose to take those hours back, because the mirror doesn't lie, it just reflects. So now that you know what's going on, now that you know what's happening, now that you've seen what the mirror has to offer and you've seen the mirror for what it is, what you gonna do? You reprogram it. Remember what I said at the very beginning of this video. The device itself is neutral. It's a tool. And the same black mirror that's been programming you into fear and mediocrity, it can program you into abundance. But you have to take control. You have to become conscious of this. You have to curate what you're feeding into. First, take a 7-day detox from social media. I'm dead ass serious. Delete the apps, log out of them. They'll be there when you get back, I promise. Give your mind a reset. You need a break. You need to break this pattern, interrupt the pendulum, and come back to your positive baseline. If 7 days feels too short for you, take a little bit longer. Take 14, take 30, however long it takes for you to remember what it feels like to be in control of your attention instead of being controlled by it. And when you come back, it's going to be sublime. You're going to come back different. You don't just reinstall the apps and fall back into that same loop. Unfollow or mute anything that triggers envy or comparison. I don't care if it's your friend. I don't care if it's your mama, your favorite creator, or someone you've been following for years. If it makes you feel less than, if it pulls you into scarcity, if it activates that comparison gene, unfollow, mute it, block it with extreme prejudice, whatever it takes. Your mental real estate is far too valuable. Then follow accounts aligned with your desired reality, not people living the life you wish you had while you feel envious, people living the life you're stepping into, and their content makes you feel like you're already there. People who expand your sense of what's possible, people who teach, people who inspire action, not envy. Start searching for content your future self would already be consuming. Feed the algorithm your goals, not your fears. Feed it your vision, not your complaints. Feed it the reality that you're building, not the one you're trying to escape. Train it to serve you and only you. If you're manifesting money, your phone is now only for learning skills, building offers, building websites, consuming wealth content, public speaking lessons, networking with people who can help you get where you want to be, nothing else. If you're manifesting love, your phone is for feeling love, for learning how to stay in a relationship once you're in one. How many times do I have to say that? Prepare yourself to stay in the relationship, not just to obtain it. Focus on the content that makes you feel magnetic and charismatic. If you're manifesting success, your phone is for education, inspiration, strategy, creation, not distraction, not comparison. Every time you pick it up, you just ask yourself this little question. Is what I'm watching moving me toward my desired reality or away from it? And then track what happens. Journal it out. Track what shifts in your external reality over the next 7 days and beyond. Track how you feel. Track what opportunities start showing up. Track what people show up. Track how fast things start moving once you align your attention with your intention. Because I promise you this, the mirror keeps on reflecting what you give attention to. And when you show it your bright future, a brighter future shows up for you. Look, I know it's not going to be easy. FOMO is going to kick in. We have a hard time pulling away from that black mirror in 2025. I know the algorithm is designed to hook you. It's designed to hook all of us. I know the pendulums are hella strong. They've been in the gym, putting in work. I know it's going to take discipline, awareness, and a willingness to be different from everyone around you who's still stuck on scroll. But I know something. I feel it right here. You didn't find this video by accident. You're here right now watching me through that black mirror because some part of you knows that this is the final step to lock in. Some part of you is ready to stop letting the black mirror control you and start using it to build a life you actually want. So here's my last question for you. What are you going to do with that mirror in your hand? God's mirror. Are you going to keep feeding it those pendulums? Well, I said last question, but I got a few more for you. Are you going to keep feeding it those pendulums? Are you going to keep programming lack, fear, comparison into your subconscious? Keep giving away those 2,000 hours a year to the algorithm, perhaps? Or are you going to take it back? Are you going to curate your reality? Are you going to use that black mirror the way it was always meant to be used, as a tool for creation, as a tool for manifestation, as a tool for becoming? Of course you are. The choice is yours. It always has been. And now that you know what you're holding in your hand every single day, you know what's possible to create. That's it for today. If you enjoyed this talk, let me know down in the comment section. Let me know how you feel and tell me that you shifted if you have. This was just a tiny excerpt of my reality rehab course within my INNERVERSE program. Inside of it, we go even deeper than that. This is where I show you exactly how to completely reprogram your subconscious mind. This is a premium platform with the most advanced self-transformation knowledge that I can teach. Come see what my community, my courses, and my coaching sessions are all about. Everybody loves them. You should too. If that sounds like something that you're ready for, click the link down in the pinned comment, or if you're not ready yet, keep on watching one of the other episodes here on my channel. I am Shaun, and you are neither here nor there. Thank you for sharing your time and space with me.